Yeah. A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you very, very serious because we're here and we need to straighten a few facts so that the people of this country, this people of Jamaica, can understand exactly what was given to them in the year 2003. We're talking about the statue that is located at Emancipation Park. That statue was done by a sculptor by the name of Lauren Facey. And it's a beautiful sculpture, but as far as I'm concerned, it does not depict our emancipation. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, ladies and gentlemen, way back in the 1700s, there was a beautiful black woman from the Khoikhoi tribe in South Africa. She went to England looking for a job, and they took her as a slave. Her name was Sarah Baartman. They ridiculed Sarah Baartman. They called her Hottentot Venus. What they did to this black woman, ladies and gentlemen, was appalling. The first thing first, she was so beautifully built. She had beautiful hair, nice lips, nice elongated arms, an African asset. And they could not understand how can a woman be so beautifully built. So what they did, ladies and gentlemen, they put poor Sarah Baartman as a circus clown. They took her all over and they displayed her nude body naked. They laughed at her well-rounded breasts. They laughed at her elongated labia. And they laughed at the size of her asset, the size of her ass. They make ridicule and joke and poke fun of her while they have their liquor and they drink. Now, ladies and gentlemen, ain't nothing wrong with the naked body. But when you're forced to go on an action blocker, because that's what I call it, ladies and gentlemen, because back in the days of slavery, they used to take our women, our children, and our men, strip them down naked to their nakedness, and put them up like animals, like cattle, on an auction block. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm looking out against a statue at Emancipation Park, I'm not looking out per se against Lauren Facey. I don't even know the lady. Don't even want to meet her either. But for her to come up with emancipation and depicting the African king and queen naked to say that this is what we have emancipated to is a joke and a wicked insult on the people of Jamaica. Now, Jamaicans, for far too long you're fed with garbage. Yes, you'll make a big beef out of it, because I heard in 2003 when the statue was unveiled, quite a few people make an upstir about it. Prominent names as well. But after a few weeks turned into a few years, everybody just accepted this garbage and say it is art. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the story of Sarah Baartman just didn't stop there. Sarah Baartman died when she was only 25 years old. Sarah Baartman died a broken heart, broken, ridiculed, and laughed at. But her life and her misery didn't stop there. You know what they did, ladies and gentlemen? They took out the vagina of Sarah Baartman and preserved it. They preserved her well-rounded figure. They preserve it. They preserve her skeleton and have it in museum for 160 years, ladies and gentlemen. They ridicule Sarah even in death. So when I'm upset, I want you, for those who don't agree with me, go back and do your research and research how they laugh at black people. Our nudity, our penises is a joke. They laugh, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a joke. They laugh at us and they ridicule us. So for this nude statue depicting a black man and a black woman in a nude form, it hits home to my heart. It hurts me. I know it hurts the Honorable Marcus Garvey in his grave and His Imperial Majesty looking down upon us shall smite anyone who agree with this nastiness that they call our emancipation. Sarah Baartman was taken back in 1974. They finally took her out of the museum. And in 2002, ladies and gentlemen, they finally took the remains of Sarah Baartman back to South Africa and gave her a spiritual funeral. Ladies and gentlemen, our history has been fought for. Our history has been died for. We cannot sit back here and be nonchalant about the whole thing and watch them further ridicule our people. Why did not they put a king and a queen in royal attire, showing that that's what we have emancipated to? Because that's what we came from. We were kings and queens of Africa. So when I make an outcry and I said I want that dirty statue to come down and come down now, I mean every single word, with no apologies to nobody. It is time, Jamaica, for us to pour out in our numbers, boycott, protest, march, and talk about this ridiculous statue that they have put upon us, this curse of a statue that they have put upon us. I remember Sarah Baartman all over again, ladies and gentlemen, when I see this. And I said, oh my God, our people do not know our history. We do not do any form of research, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know nothing about Sarah Baartman. Because if we knew anything about Sarah Baartman, we would not accept that piece of garbage as any form of art for our emancipation. So Jamaicans, we're going to start an online appeal. And we want to see how you deal with this one. If you want to constantly be reminded of this filth that they call art, or you want to be counting in numbers and protest and sign the petition to our Prime Minister, ordering him to remove that piece of filth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a revolutionary with a cause. I'm just like my ancestors, them. Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, Nanny of the Maroons, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's come together peacefully, because the pen is mightier than the sword. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. We do not have any weapon of mass destruction, but we have the assistance of His Imperial Majesty and Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And remember, His Imperial Majesty says, in the 21st century, David will still slow Goliath. Take down that piece of garbage there. A big stone scissor with no apologies. Rastafari.